Hello there, this is DBT, and these are the rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and today I'm gonna be driving this sadly maligned Arash AF10. Now, I said that it's a sadly maligned car because people love to hate on this car, and in spite of the fact that I will agree that it's not the most amazing car, it's not even necessarily a good car in Class S, it has a very specific purpose, or the way I see it at least, and that's what I'll show you today. And by that I mean that I'm going to be playing Master Season, because I think that this is where you can really make use of this car if you don't have any upgraded car in Class S, and it's going to give you some decent results. Now, you will see that I already have 7 races there. All 7 races have been done with this car, and the peculiarity is that I'm going unboosted. That's the whole thing that I'm trying to show over here. The performance of this car unboosted in Master Season. Let the record show that I'm being very specific of Master Season. Now, in 7 races I have gained this amount of points, 154, so it's not amazing, but it's not terrible. So let's continue driving it and I'll talk more as we go. So, here's the thing with this car, and maybe I'm a little bit late on making this video because unfortunately this car you can no longer buy for fusion coins. Apparently you can only buy it in the multiplayer store by a very high number of multiplayer coins. But let's still operate under the idea that this is a car that you can get, and by virtue of being an ultimate car, it's a car that you don't need to spend 10 million fusion coins upgrading. You don't need like 300 and something parts plus 160 kits, which is a lot of parts and kits, and also converting wildcards for a Class S car is going to take you another 16 million credits. It's a lot of resources that you have to put into upgrading a Class S car. Now, obviously, in doing so, you could always upgrade a very good Class S car if you happen to have one. But also take into account how are you going to acquire a really good Class S car. So it's a lot of things, a lot of moving parts. Now with this car, with the Arash AF10, it's a simpler equation. Now you still have to grind quite a bit of multiplayer in order to get enough multiplayer coins to purchase this car, because I don't remember for how much it sells. I think it's something like 100,000, which is a lot. But let's not forget that, well, first of all, this is a free-to-play game, right? So as usual, things tend to go in either you're gonna have to grind the living crap out of the game in order to get something decent or good, or you have to pay. So we're going under the assumption that you're not willing to pay for stuff, which is completely understandable and actually even recommendable if you don't want to waste your money. But alright, we got a first place. That's a little unexpected. And by the way, again, remember, I'm gonna go completely unboosted. That's the whole point of this. But yeah, we got a first place. We got some decent amount of points. And as usual, I'm gonna be showing you the race counter so that you see that I'm not skipping races or anything, just showing you what happens. So anyway, as I was saying, understanding that maybe you don't want to spend money in the game and you want to go full free-to-play, well, you have to grind. That's how pretty much any mobile game, any free-to-play mobile game works. That's just basically the business model. So, understanding that you have to grind in just about any game, you have to grind in order to acquire this car. And you, again, you might be thinking, but DBT, why would I grind to get a car that you are admitting that it's not an amazing car by any means? Well, I think this car, it's... Alright, except for me crashing it, of course. It's a good starting point for someone that really doesn't have the storage to get all the parts that you need to upgrade a regular car. I don't know, to me it's a very decent deal to get this car, because this is an ultimate car, and like I mentioned, an ultimate car also means that obviously you don't have to upgrade, but it also has, this particular car has an advantage that even some other ultimate cars like the Koenigsegg RS, I think also the Venom F5, or was it the Tuatara, I don't remember. Some other ultimate cars in Class S don't have, which is top speed advantage. Now I want you to pay attention that I'm not using nitro, and my car can reach a speed of 480 or 481 kilometers. No nitro needed. And remember, I'm going fully unboosted. So this car is even faster than a regular car. Let's say that you got a, I don't know, a Centenario or something like that, right? You bought it, you upgraded it all the way, and you don't have boosters. You run out of nitro because you don't have boosters. You don't have the double nitro, you don't have starting nitro. Your car is going to be going at 440 something kilometers an hour. This car, however, even without any boosters, without any nitro usage, it still goes 40 kilometers faster. Alright, so everybody went on boosted, which is why I said that it kind of works in Master Season, because a lot of people go on boosted here. I got beaten by a Mercedes-Benz Silver Lightning, but it's alright. And actually, just like that, I already ranked up to silver. Alright, cool. Alright, so here we go. Got into silver, and okay, got some rewards, that's fine, you know. Let me switch back to the Arash. In case you don't know, whenever you rank up, it changes your car automatically to supposedly what's the best, so that's why it went to the Reventon. But anyway, let's continue doing these races. Now you might be thinking, but what good is it for this car to go 40 kilometers faster than anybody else if they're using nitro, and I'm using nitro, we're still gonna go at the same speed. But that's what I was saying. It's the focus on not even needing boosters. That's what I'm focusing on here. The fact that this car being an ultimate. Oh, look at that. There's a Vrooms member, Eva Papa. What's up, man? Yeah, you can see him carrying the Vrooms flag in the name. Lovely, lovely to meet some of the Vroomers in races. So, the thing about going faster when you don't have any nitro, you don't have any boosters, is precisely that oftentimes you're going to be ending without any nitro. And guess what? Even without any nitro, you're still going to be going pretty damn fast. Obviously, cars that are triple boosted are going to be going faster than you. Cars that are using nitro are going to be going faster than you. But you're not going to be super far behind because still, you're running with a car that goes really, really, really fast, even if you don't have boosters, even if you don't have nitro. Now, 480 something doesn't compare obviously to 509 like Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute would, but we're not focusing on that because, like I mentioned at some of the point, in Master Season is where people tend to take it the chillest, precisely because not everybody has a ton of boosters to waste all the time, so sometimes they just want to play, grind a little bit, get some multiplayer coins, and you encounter lobbies, well, precisely, people don't have boosters and they're having their fun. And for example, I was able to beat Eva, one of the Vroom members, and he was running with the Cian UNBOOSTED, and he's a good player, so I'm not saying that I'm a better player. It's just that my point is to prove that the Arash, fully unboosted in Master Season, it can still give you some relatively decent results, and it's not a focus on getting first places, but to get enough middling results that at the end of the day are going to increase your points and eventually help you rank up and get fusion coins, get multiplayer coins, get all that comes by playing this season, and you're not even wasting boosters. And honestly, there are not a lot of cars that can give you this situation in Class S with the Ultimates. And by that I mean cars that you can acquire as a free-to-play player that have this speed advantage. Now there's some that do have some speed advantage, like the Trio Nemesis that you can also buy in the multiplayer store. I believe that the Koenigsegg 1.1 also has a bit of a speed advantage. And by speed advantage, I mean that whole thing that even without nitro, you go faster than a regular car. Oh, everybody's blinking. That means that my connection is the one that's failing. Yeah, when everybody's blinking, it is you who's having the connection issues. But anyway, so there's some cars that can do sort of this by having a higher top speed that reflects when you're not using any nitro. But number one, it's not as big a difference of speed than this car. And second, those are cars that are not ultimate, so that means you still have to upgrade. Don't push me, mother lover. I think he ringed out too. And there's other cars that do have this speed advantage, just like this car, but guess what? Those are the expensive pay-to-win cars, like the Koenigsegg Jesko Attack, the Jesus Christ. The Koenigsegg Jesko Absolute, the Bugatti Bolide, the Bugatti Chiron 300 Plus. There's definitely a bunch of cars that can do this, but are going to be the pay-to-win cars. And that is why I say this is a really good car for the free-to-play crowd. Oh, and I was saying about the Tri Nemesis and the 1.1, those are cars that you still have to upgrade. So that's why I'm saying that this whole thing converges into this car being a very unique situation where it's an ultimate car, you don't have to upgrade. Yes, it's expensive, but it's less expensive than what you will spend trying to upgrade a regular Class S car. And it has the advantage of the top speed, and look at that, I got another first place without, you saw that I crashed, so it's not that I'm trying to show over here that I'm an amazing player or anything. You know that I've always said a million times that I'm a very mid player, and that's why I want to show you things like this, because I think this could be a bit more reflective of what the average player is going to experience in a multiplayer season like this in Master with a car like this that, yeah, it is not amazing, but guess what? It can still give you pretty decent results by virtue of being ultimate and having the additional top speed, and you don't have to rely on using your valuable boosters. Random, the AI got stuck in this ramp. Look at the dumb stuff that the AI is doing right there. Oh well. Ooh, I saw that Eva Papa is still in in this race too. Nice. I'm telling you, it's always fun to see the Vroomers. Remember that you can be part of the Vrooms team. There's no specific requirements in terms of, oh, you need to have this many races done and this much of a win percentage, nothing like that. In order to be part of the Vroomie team, all you gotta do is A, enjoy the content in the channel, be part of our community, be in our Discord server, chat with us, hang around with us. Oh boy, I managed that somehow. And if you want to have a special role in our Discord server, then you just need to carry the Vrooms flag like Eva right there does. He has his name and then the Vrooms part. So, yes, you can be part of the Vroomie team in that way. If you want more information about it, you can always join our Discord server. Link is always in the description. It's completely open for anybody to join. And yeah, there is that. Excuse me if I'm coughing a little bit. So, right now, as I was saying, I do believe that Eva is also going without boosters, and so am I. And my voice is going away. Excuse me. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I think he wrecked. Oh, unfortunate for him. But look at that. No nitro and 480 kilometers an hour. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, the drift is pretty garbled, but it's okay. If you know how to do drift punch, then that would also help you a bit. But even if you don't know how to do them, the drift should be just enough to not wreck on the walls too often. Another W. Somehow I beat a triple boosted Centenario, but okay, I'll take it, I guess. So yeah, now obviously in this video I'm not gonna make it to Elite, obviously. It's gonna take a lot of races, and that is what I'm trying to show over here. It's not that this car is gonna give you some incredible win rate in the game or anything close to that, but like I was saying, at the end of the day, all you need to do in order to make progress is to get middling results. And this car unboosted in Master Season, it's perfect to give you middling results, and from time to time you're still gonna get a W whenever you end up in a lobby where nobody's going boosted and you got some bad drives or whatever. So yeah, I think that's why I said that this car is sadly maligned, because people focus way too much on, oh, it's an ultimate of Class S. Is it as good as the Jesko? Is it as good as the 300 Plus? Of course it is not, and that was by design. The fact that Gamelove made it an ultimate, because I believe this car didn't used to be an ultimate, then they made it. But the fact that it's an ultimate that you could buy just for fusion coins made it so that, well, that instantly invalidates any other car where you have to spend ridiculous amounts of resources to upgrade. So this car was never meant to be an amazing car once it became ultimate. But even then, like I mentioned, oh, let me try something. Ooh, interesting. Someone asked, I'm sorry, I forgot who was that told me, but someone told me that whenever I'm going out on that, oh, got it. It's SCAD. Alright, it doesn't skid often, I'll tell you that. It just for some reason wanted to skid over there. Someone told me that when I'm going out of that particular tunnel and I'm flying, to press down so that it doesn't do weird flips, and so far it seemed to work. Another thing that this car does have, like I said, I don't think it's skid. I don't know why it's SCAD over there. But one thing that this car does have is a bit of physics issues where it will do random weird jumps from time to time. If you have ever played with the Lamborghini Centenario, notice that for some reason randomly it will jump up. This car is kind of similar. It does have a tiny bit of physics issue, but as you can tell, it's not that insanely bad where you're gonna be hating life because of it. Alright, look at that. I got a lucky lobby and another first place. So yeah, I don't want you to think that this is gonna be the experience in every race, that if you bring this car you're gonna be winning some races. Nah, it's always a very good chance that you're not. And if you're really the type of player that all that you want it's W's, you want to be winning races constantly and all of it, then this is not for you. I'll tell you that much. You know that my way of looking at cars in this game is that I like driving cars that I like as opposed to driving metas. And I'm fine by that. I don't mind losing races, I don't mind ended up in 12th place and things like that. So that's why I like doing experimentation, and it's understandable maybe that some people want to just be driving insanely amazing cars and all of that because you want to get all the W's possible. But like I said, this particular car, I'm not trying to suggest this car to people that already have a massive garage and you have a ton of boosters, or I don't know. This is not for whom this video is directed to, or I don't know how to say that. Oh, I'm sorry if I wasn't trying to push you. That's not the people that I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the people who don't have cars and have been thinking, hey, I saw that this car is ultimate, but it's very expensive. Should I go for it? I hear that it's really bad. Yeah, well, That's the people that I'm making this video for. And honestly, if you bring this car in triple boosted in classic season, it is a somewhat competitive car. Sure, you're still gonna have difficulties. Like I said, it has bad drift and all that. But it's still a competitive car. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as people make it out to be like, oh, this is the absolute worst car in the entire gaming classes. Don't you ever waste your resources. Nah, that's not at all how it is. And alright, I got another, well, actually a third place. I got beaten by a Jesco. And actually, that is something else that I wanted to mention, because as it stands right now, I already have a Jesco and I already have a 300 plus. So I don't bring those into these races, and I'll tell you why. That's because I am a little bit of a contrarian. I like going against the grain when it comes to this type of situations, because again, I've seen so much hate for this car that whenever I just want to chill a little bit and play it, particularly Master, like I've mentioned already a million times by now, that Master is when I get to relax and I get to drive bad cars and whatnot. I like bringing the Arash just to be like, yep, yeah, I know everybody hates it, I'm still gonna drive it, how about that? And it feels even better when I still get some W's. So yeah, I don't know. I just like fighting for the underdog in this situation, so it's alright. So look at me, out of nitro, still going for 180 kilometers an hour. That's where this car really shines. That additional top speed, it's pretty dope. Now, as far as the, I'm not trying to push you, buddy. When it comes to how many races will it take me to get to elite? Probably a lot. And actually, I'm going to continue using for the entirety of this season this car. So this is just like the introduction to this. I will make another video to come out probably next week, because I don't want to make two videos on the same car, on this same car in 1 week. So right now I'm showing you mid-season how it's been going. And at some other point in the next weeks, I'll show you how many races it took for me to get to elite. Spoiler alert, it's probably going to be a lot. But I'm here for the fun, and at the end of the day, I'm still grinding also to get my dices for Treasure Rush. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. But yeah, there we go. Another third place. The Jesco did beat me. I beat a triple boosted Batista. Nice. Very nice. Now, if you want to get a heart and a pin, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is going to be: it's fine for a card to have its own role, even if it's not a meta. First person to post that gets a heart, a pin. Everybody else that posted afterwards only gets a heart. So there you go. So yeah, it's just me wanting to have a little bit of fun with this card, because I've always meant to precisely make an experiment series of videos, which in this case is just going to be 2 videos, but still, to show how long will it take a mid player like myself to get to elite with this card, which is 100% doable. Absolutely doable. So yes, I am here to defend the poor, malign Arash AF10. And actually, I kind of like the car, the looks of the car. It has a pretty decently sized wing. It actually sounds very nice. And again, the top speed is really something that... Oh, Jesus Christ, I wrecked on his wreck. Beautiful. The top speed is... Everybody's wrecking that. The top speed is something that a lot of people tend to forget about this car. And yeah, it has horrendous drift. It jumps from time to time. It's fine. Not every car needs to be perfect, all right? That's the way I look at it. We gotta enjoy things even with their flaws, because nothing in life is ever perfect, and you know, sometimes even flawed things can give you a lot of fun. But alright, that's gonna do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and check these other videos because I made them, so they're probably good. That's all. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye bye.